Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you guys are my all-time subscribers, welcome back. Update on me, I recently got back from my vacation. I went on a beach vacation at Hilton Head. Hilton Head is an island belonging to South Carolina. I have the opportunity to go with my family every 2 times a year, which is amazing. I did not really enjoy this visit. So much was going on. Overall, it was pretty decent time to get off the house. Have a little bit of break from life. Video is all about what I carry in my makeup bag while I'm traveling. Maybe you guys want to travel or planning to travel, want to see some inspiration, or just want to hang out with me, please do keep watching. This is my travel bag, up close bag. Been with me for a long haul and it's going pretty good. The reason I like most about this bag, it's for its hard shell. It's hard enough to hold its shape and have it up on its own. It is not like rock hard. It's very soft. Here's the example. This is by Yumikin. My point is this bag, it got its shape, but it doesn't hold its shape. It can collapse. If there's nothing on it, it's totally not going in. But do you get the idea what I mean? That's one of the very reasons I do love this bag. So of course you do have a name saying Sephora collection. A very cute handle. It does have like a faux leather with some kind of texture going on, which I think it adds kind of classic style to it compared to all this going throughout the whole bag. It does have a piping all over. It's a fabric mix kind of cloth, so it is very easy to clean. I can spot clean or just take alcohol wipes and wipe it all to clean it. The zip, it also says Sephora collection. So that is all to briefly explain about this bag. Let's just jump in and see what's inside. I had to move my camera a little bit so you guys can see both sides. Don't get distracted by those. This is basically the background you see when I'm sitting down and filming. And right now you're just seeing it up close. So going up, I think I'm just gonna start with the makeup brushes. When you open it up, you do have this exact silver and black lining. The good thing about it, it has a plastic protector for your brushes. You do have many slots both ways. I like this particularly because I can go in and can add more brushes. This may look a lot more for some people, a little less for some people, but for me, if I'm going out for a week, this is enough for me. If I think I would need more, I will be able to fit in more. I can push in more brushes from this side. Either I'll carry extra bag to fit in more makeup. I'll also try to fit in more on this side and more on these two pouches too. I also wanted to talk about these two things that I carry it with them. Either hang it, this one actually does have this hook, or I will put it on the same bag. This is a remover from your makeup brushes, so you don't have to carry or wash your brushes while you're on your trip. You can basically take this, swirl it around and use your brushes again and again. I never used to be a great fan of these, but it came really handy while I started traveling around, so I do love it. That way I don't have to carry most of the brushes, especially for eyeshadow, because those are all powder and they're pretty easy. You just have to do quick 2 swirls and you're ready to dip into other brush and use it. This one is your sponge or your beauty blender carrier. I just have a silica gel, just if there is any sort of moisture, it won't get bacteria. You can pretty much fit in 2 to 3 sponges depending, because they're very soft and squishy. I have tried to fit in 4 at one point. For this trip, I had this bigger one. This is by Sonia Kashuk, and this is your typical original beauty blender. It is very easy, very compact. Also, the netting makes it very air drying compatible. I'm gonna do this so it'll be easier for me to go through all of these. For this setting, I think this is what you guys gonna get. This setting and my hand. I've never ever done this, so it's kind of weird for me. I don't have any particular order. I just put my brushes wherever or however it fits in. I want to go in with the bigger brushes and talk about why I have it. Whenever I'm traveling, I tend to bring at least 2 to 3 big fluffy makeup brushes. I just feel they are easier. I use this either for powdering all over my face, either to make it for blush. This is by Morphe G5. It is very round and very fluffy. It is very dome shaped. I either use this for a spot powdering or for a blush just on a particular part of my cheek, or to blend out my bronzer. Here's the thing, if I am taking my makeup brushes, it's probably going to be for multi-purpose use, more than one use. This either for powder, setting your face or for your blushes. That is what I keep in mind when I'm packing my makeup brushes. This is by Real Technique 400. I typically take this for my blush. They're to dust out a light layer of powder. This works pretty good for both. They are pretty soft. This is not big, somewhere in medium-sized brush. This is Morphe Art 3. You can see by the shape, I use this for under eye powdering, either for contour or bronzer, 2-in-1, and also blending out highlighter. Moving on, this one is also by Real Technique 025. This is just an extra brush. I really don't use it. If my brushes got too dirty, this is like my backup. By the shape you can see, even though it's a tiny one, I might have to dip in extra to set my face with the powder. It will still do it like a spot setting or blush. This kind of shape or highlighting, this worked out pretty good. I used this for highlighting my face and I basically washed it and kind of ruined the shape. It was very soft if you want to top your highlighter over the blush. Yeah, this was completely whole for my face. This is all my eyeshadow brush, or my brushes needed for my eyes. This is all I need to finish my eyes to do any kind of makeup look. While you're in the house, you do have a ton of the same brushes, but while you're traveling, you don't have that luxury of taking all your brushes with you. I'm gonna take it out. I don't have an order. I might just mess it up. So the first thing I would always take, or I would always need for my eyeshadow, is a blending brush, probably some sort of rounder, not so small, not so big. I would rather prefer this size, like a medium size blending brush rather than a big one. I know people actually do love the big one to go all over, but I would rather prefer this one. This would blend in the first shade. So this is all the 5 blending brushes that I took with me, and they do amazing. This is all I need for blending purposes. They do come in all sizes and shapes, all for different purpose that I use it for. This is the most fluffiest, but this is also got some pointing. Very great for blending out and being specific on a certain spot, like right in your crease, but also want to blend it out real good. I use this for the very first step, just to put your basic color all over your eyes. This is a little smaller, little dense. If I need for my outer corner, this is what I use. And this is basically similar to this one, just a little denser or more compact. This is also the same thing, but it had shorter bristle with more denser, so more pigment for your eyes. I can create any eyeshadow look with just these kind of blending brush, but cherry on the top. This extra kind of comes in handy. This is also a blending brush. It has a certain shape to it. It has a little slanted, so it is easier to put it on a certain angle. This is basically for my eyeliner. I cannot, for God's sake, put on an eyeliner. I do need this kind of brushes. It is very handy. Somehow it works better for angle liner. This is for my brow, and this was the new brush by Colourpop. And I also would take on one of the shaders. So if you have a very glittery, if you want to pack on some really good eyeshadow, brushes like this that will really compactly put shadow all over your lid. And finally, a pencil brush to smudge for your lower lashes or your lower eye. You can even out your eyes. This is all my eye makeup product that I would need to create almost any eyeshadow. I can add it more. I think that would be much better. You know, more is always better. But if I'm carrying very compact and low, this is all I would need. And moving on to the main belly of my bag with 2 pouches. This is my face, my cheeks, and this is my lip and extra things around there. And overall on the big pouches, I do put my eyes, brows. I have this down there, so I'm gonna get it through. Let me start with the face. I'm telling you guys again, this may seem a little bit more. I was just being extra fancy. You don't really need this much stuff. I am not gonna go in order of how I put it. I'm just gonna pull out one by one. This is by Coola. It's a sunscreen spray with SPF 30. I only used this one to set my makeup. It didn't set my makeup, it kind of melted it down. It has some sort of filmy layer on top of my face that I really didn't enjoy it. I just wanted to have something like this with 2-in-1, but that didn't work out for me. And also carry your lashes just in case, even though I did not use it. This is by Velour. You know, if there was any places I really wanted to be fancy, I just took 1 pair of lashes. Let me talk about foundation. I took 3 of my foundation. I know it is a lot. You can only take it 1. I wanted something with SPF if I wanted to do a quick makeup but also don't want to worry about being protecting. So I took this. Since this color is not my color, I wanted to take something that was much lighter and will bring my shade in, so I wanted to be extra fancy. So I got this Dior serum. It is much lighter for my skin tone. I thought it would be really good mixing it, getting my right shades. Even though I would really not recommend carrying a glass, you have chances of breaking it. I rather prefer a 2B thing like this while traveling. And of course, if I really wanted a good coverage under the sun, very dewy makeup that would not melt away, the Hourglass. This is in the shade Warm Almond. It is very orangey on my face, shade 30 or 030, and this is on the shade Tan 425. All three, none of these are my shade, but if I played around and mix it, I will get my shade. For concealer, I had a one by Lancome, shade 420 Bisque Neutral. This is by ColourPop. They're pretty fresh hyaluronic creamy concealer, medium dark 145. Both are very hydrating, very creamy, but this is much thicker and a little goes a long way on this one. And if I only had to choose one on each foundation or the concealer category, I will basically just take this one. And this one, for being a 2B, I do really love their coverage. This is actually my shade, my true shade. I can only use this spot conceal and blend it all over. This will cover almost everything. I would not even need a foundation. And for primers, I had this by Becca First Light Priming Filter. And I also carry a small 2B tube because I don't want to take the whole tub. It was kind of pretty big. This is by Mug Makeup, their Hydro Grip Primer, and I just had this thing just in case it would not overflow. For setting my face, I have Urban Decay All Nighter. This is by far the best setting spray that would hold my makeup longer. This would not move my makeup at all. I just have it in a travel size, really good to carry while you're traveling. I carried this compact by JCat. This does have a pretty good coverage without making my dry face even drier. This is on the shade Honey. On the days where I didn't want it to put on any foundation, this kind of compact comes in handy. Also carried this Airburst Flawless Finish. This was also a compact foundation by Charlotte Tilbury that I didn't use it at all, and this was on the shade Tan. I got it from Sephora Point. It is so tiny. So handy. The last two product is both by Becca. This is their highlighter Champagne Pop. Really good for traveling. You really don't need a lot. This came in pretty handy. Also their setting powder is the Hydra Mist. Good to travel. The good thing about this is I actually do love the mess that collects the powder up here, which I usually don't see it with most of the setting powder. You can see it is so dirty. One of my favorite blush, especially for traveling. It got broken. I'm pretty sad about it. It was the amazing color. I loved it. I just wanted to show you guys, and I'm gonna dump it, I guess. This is by Steve Laurent blush. The shade looked like this. It was pretty good, especially for my skin tone. I usually carried it for my trip, and I carried this time. It just exploded on me, and I just dropped the whole blush on my table. On this one, I have my lip product and some accessories. This is where my eyelashes, my beauty blender would go. So I have the, what do you say, Mirror by ColourPop. It was pretty handy. I loved it, especially if you're doing eyeshadow. And I have an eyelash curler, of course, you're gonna need one. This is by Tarte. I also do carry this. It puts your, this thing, claws on place. I also carry this tiny makeup brush by Real Technique, number 407. So I put it on my side bag with my compact powder or setting powder. Also a sharpener, just in case. This is by NARS. I just have this one. So these are all the lip product that I would actually need, or that I actually took, that I actually used. Let me just start with my two base. This is by Kosas Sport by Kosas, the one brand that I actually got confused with. And this is by Marc Jacob. These are just like a balmy texture for hydrating your lips, not for color. Even though this one have a light shade, I would say a very light, especially on my darker lip. I would say color, just a light. And this is just like their balmy, oily consistency, just like a balm. This do for hydrating purpose. Let me finish up with all the liner I have, which is only two. I have talked about this in my previous video. This is Lime Crime on the shade Cinnamon. This is ColourPop Lippy Liner on the shade Curve 7. This is ColourPop. This is a very orangey, reddish, pinkish kind of shade, perfect for the beach. This is by Kylie Jenner Velvet Liquid Lipstick on the shade Kashuk. To be honest, I didn't use this shade at all. I just grabbed it just in case I wanted to use it, which I did not use it. I also took a lippy stick by ColourPop. This is on the shade Gold Digger. This was another nude, which I used it on its own without any lip liner or without any gloss. So you can see a theme going in here. I am much into nude. And all the product over here, you can see these are all gloss on different colors, on different finishes, which I actually enjoyed. This is Ultra Glossy Lip by ColourPop on the shade Fantasia. This is closer to the Luxe Lips by Bambi. It's a very browny nudie, a lot of pigmentation, and it does have a brush. It does not have a wand. Another very dimensional shade, Flutter Valley by ColourPop. This is like a gloss topper, very highlighty. Also their Ultra Glossy Lip by Are We Done. All their Ultra Glossy has a brush, not a wand, like a lip paint, but just in a glossy finish. Another one of my favorite lip gloss by Dior, Lip Maximizer. I love this shade. Does a pretty good work of hydrating my lips and also giving the color shine. And last but not the least, this is by Marc Jacob on the shade Wet Your Lips, which comes in a stick, but it actually a gloss. So yeah, these are all the shade that was in my makeup bag. If I had an option, I would probably use only one lip liner, this one, probably with this gloss at the very top and this gloss. Yeah, this two lip glosses, because this has a very shade with the glossy and this is very hydrating. And if I'm being extra, just this lip product. Since I wanted to have option, this is all I travel with. And at the bottom, this one is my brow mascara. I'm gonna take this all out and put it in because I'm running out of space. This is by MAC. This is their liquid lash liner on this shade Point Black. A very long lasting eyeliner, but it kind of comes down in between matte but not so matte kind of eyeliner. Because of the size, it was pretty good for me to carry on. This is by Sephora, their felt line waterproof eyeliner. I didn't use it, but I just carried it just in case. It has a very shiny finish, which I actually do love it just in case I wanted to have extra or the other liner didn't work out. I carried 3. This is by e.l.f. I've talked about this previously on my video. This is a very navy blue, which I actually do love it. So I just wanted to have one spunk of color. And this basically are my tight lining colors. This one is by Dior, this one is by Marc Jacob. On the Marc Jacob on the shade Brownie and Dior on the shade Brunette Intense Brown. Both are amazing, long lasting throughout the whole makeup. Smudge proof. I just wanted to take one extra. I like to tight line with the brown, so one was each other back up. And for my brows is ColourPop Brow Boss Gel on the shade Dark Brown. This is an amazing eyebrow product if you want an intense fiber buildup with amazing color payoff. You can see the fiber building up with the gel. This is by Benefit Cosmetic. This is precisely my brow on the shade 4.5. This is a travel size, which is pretty good to travel. The bigger size comes with a spoolie. This one does not, so that's why I have a spoolie on my own. This is a very fine eyebrow product, so if you want to build like a hair like or just give it a volume, it works out amazing. And this is just the eyelash glue for my eyelashes, and this is on the shade Clear. I don't know which brand, but I just had it. And this is all my mascara, the Lancome primer, just in case I really want to amp up but I don't want to lather on much mascara. I usually carry this. I wanted to have option. I wanted to choose. So if I'm going in water and I want to have mascara, this is Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced, waterproof one. That's why it's on a green one. It says waterproof. For everyday regular mascara, I actually started to like this mascara. Somehow I think after getting the outside ear, it worked out pretty amazing. It gives me a bit of volume, tons of length. And if I want full drama, this is ColourPop on the shade Blue Ya Mind, which is a blue mascara. It just gives amazing volume and the color payoff is pretty amazing too. Finally, we are just on the two things. This is by Alamar Cosmetics eyeshadow. Only two shades that I used, this one and this one. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because I'm gonna butcher the name. This was amazing. I had a very sparkly blue eye. Color payoff is amazing. even though these are so shimmery, this applies pretty good. Last but not the least, $1 Billion Beauty. I still am not getting used to this opening. I just fully don't lock it. It's like my handy open bar. Yeah, this was the other mirror that I actually took, which worked out amazingly. Inside that box, most of eyeshadow, one of the blush. I don't know if this was by Dior or by NARS, and there's no name underneath. This is shiny, sheeny, color payoffy kind. I don't know what I'm missing. If you blend it out good, it gives you glowy, sun-tanny, like you just got burned from sun. You can build it with a color like it does have like a golden highlight on it mixed together. I usually don't use this kind of blush. I use this when I'm traveling. It goes with the vibe of vacation. This is by the Balm Cosmetic, their highlighter, and most of this shade are by ColourPop. This is also the same brand by $1 Billion Baby. The brand is not that important, it's the color shade. I usually like to take some neutral shade like this so I can build it up the base and top it off with any color and some pop of pink. I have to build up my whole vacation-y look. This is all I need with extra pop of blue. This two shade on this two, all I would want. That completes my video. Is all I had while I travel. I hope you guys found this interesting or some kind of helpful if you guys are traveling, because I know this like a travel month. People have not been traveling for a while, so I hope this was kind of fun for you guys, got some inspiration, or even just thank you for hanging out with me or had some fun with this video. I hope you come back for my next video, and if you guys have any idea or any kind of video you guys want me to shoot, please let me down in the comment below, and I would definitely see you guys in my next video. Stay safe and bye, just with my hand.